Valentine, other SFA, and this is my Fundamentals of Oral Communication class. I'm here to tell you about the title, A Dying Planet. That is the title of my presentation. In this presentation, we're going to talk about what comes to mind when you hear about global warming?
The sun.
Well, that's part of it, thank you. The presentation is all about global warming. We're going to talk about what causes global warming and the solutions to global warming. Those are one of the things to talk about. And in this presentation, I'll give you a video. I have a video here I have to play. So as to kind of recap what global warming is all about.
For 2.5 million years, the Earth's climate has fluctuated, cycling from ice ages to warmer periods. But in the last century, the planet's temperature has risen unusually fast, about 1.2 to 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists believe it's human activity that's driving the temperatures up, a process known as global warming. Ever since the Industrial Revolution began, factories, power plants, and eventually cars have burned fossil fuels such as oil and coal, releasing huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases trap heat near the Earth through a naturally occurring process called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect begins with the sun and the energy it radiates to the Earth. The Earth and the atmosphere absorb some of this energy, while the rest is radiated back into space. Naturally occurring gases in the atmosphere trap some of this energy and reflect it back, warming the Earth. Scientists now believe that the greenhouse effect is being intensified by the extra greenhouse gases that humans have released. Evidence for global warming includes a recent string of very warm years. Scientists report that 1998 was the warmest year in measured history, with 2005 coming in second. Meanwhile, readings taken from ice cores show that the greenhouse gases carbon dioxide and methane have hit their highest levels in the past 420,000 years. Arctic sea ice is also shrinking. According to NASA studies, the extent of Arctic sea ice has declined about 10% in the last 30 years. As long as industrialized nations consume energy and developing countries increase their fossil fuel consumption, the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere will continue to rise. Researchers predict that temperatures will increase about 2 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of the century. What's less certain is what rising temperatures mean for the planet. Some climate models predict subtle changes. Others forecast rising sea levels which could flood coastal areas around the world. Weather patterns could change, making hurricanes more frequent. Severe droughts could become more common in warm areas, and species unable to adapt to the changing conditions would face extinction. Although much remains to be learned about global warming, many organizations advocate cutting greenhouse gas emissions to reduce the impact of global warming. Consumers can help by saving energy around the house, switching to compact fluorescent light bulbs, and driving fewer miles in the car each week. These simple changes may help keep the Earth cooler in the future.
That's what I have for my presentation. And to kind of recap on what that was said here, they said about breaking sea ice, but let me talk to you about Kiribati, a country in the South of American continent. The country is kind of being overrun with water. It's drowning, and they envision that over the next 5-10 years that the country is going to be totally run over with water. And that's one of the changes we see with global warming. And then let's talk about the solutions, like how, going back to the video, like turning off the light bulbs, driving fewer miles. These are some of the things you can do as solutions to global warming. Like the little things we do, they really matter. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you all so much for coming. And this is my audience for my presentation. Thank you all so much.